She looks so serious. I was on live on Instagram, and so I actually already did the investigation and I walked everyone through it. I'm going to now come over here on Facebook and walk you all through my findings, the results, what happened, okay? So we were trying to solve a case, right? If you saw my IG post from earlier today, as well as my post from yesterday, I've been leading up to talking to you about the mystery of the Shrinking Gummi Bear. Okay, for those of you who recall gummy bears, right? You should also recall that we've been having different candies as our guest stars this month. For the month of April, we have done peep activities and investigations. We did a Mentos thing, and that was like candy and soda together, child. That was so exciting. Our Mentos activity, and then last week we did some stuff with Skittles, right? So if you're interested in finding out how you can actually turn Skittles into paint, check that video out from last Saturday. That's episode 64. And today we're doing episode 65 of Science with Ms. Steph. That's me, the director and founder of Triple F Empowerment Inc. We operate Ms. Steph Science Club. Ms. Steph Science Club has so many different aspects to it. We are doing the Traveling Science Teacher Initiative. We have Saturday Science Club, which you are participating in remotely right now in this moment. We have Summer Science Club, which was remote for 2020, and we are resuming, not going back. You will notice I'm going to be very specific with my terms and the way that I'm saying things. We are going to be resuming in-person programming in a nice and safe way. I'm being very particular about how that's being done. Let's go ahead and get on to the results. Who or what made the gummy bear shrink? Right? I posted a picture and I had various gummy bears, and one was like teeny tiny, and it looked like it had been just dehydrated, child. It just looked like it had no life in it. And it looked like it would almost disappear, and it definitely looked like it was not going to taste yummy and gooey and gummy anymore. And so I took some gummy bears and I put those gummy bears into 5 different situations, as it were. Okay? I'm going to show you. I put them into air. Uh-oh. Ciao. Woo! Go, Miss Steph. Did you see me catch that? It's like falling on the runway. So yeah, air, right? Because maybe it just was dehydrated and dried out. Oil. What does oil do to a gummy bear? Okay, and as you can see, these are the samples I did over on Insta, and so there are gummy bears actually inside of each of these cups, or rather, it started out with gummy bears inside of each cup. Salt and water. And remember, you're going to want to put your predictions down in the comments below. What do you think is happening? Why do you think this is working? All of that, okay? So I want you to be sure to put your ideas down below, okay? Okay. Once again, Ms. Steph here. Thank you for watching. Just coming on live for Science with Ms. Steph. Normally, we're on at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. Standard or daylight, depending on what time of year it is. But we had a few technical difficulties earlier today. And I'm coming back on after being live on Instagram, coming and presenting my results to you in the case of the Shrinking Gummi Bear. So this is a water sample. It's a gummy bear that's in water. It's only been in water for less than, spillage. less than an hour. And you see it's already starting to change a little bit. But in what way? In what way? Trust me, I will show you in a little bit what happened to each sample, because I have 2 sets of each, okay? And this is our H2O2, our hydrogen peroxide. And by the way, I'm using a higher concentration of hydrogen peroxide than normal, because if you've been following me on social media, you know that I've been testing out elephant toothpaste reactions and combinations, right? Because different chemicals, their concentration, the way you add them to a reaction in a reaction chamber, specific reaction vessels change how things go. And in that process, I did purchase this, okay? And this is the percentage. You see, I'm using 12% peroxide for that particular investigation. All right, and I'll be posting my results over the next couple of days. I already posted the results, or some kind of pictures of the elephant toothpaste with that peroxide concentration and yeast. Wait till you see it when we use a different catalyst. Anywho, all that to say this. Here are results of today's investigation, today's inquiry. Case of the Shrinking Gummi Bear. What? Which substance made it shrink? So I'm actually going to go backwards. First of all, the H2O2. Inside of here, I didn't even take the gummy bear out, because these are our gummy bears removed from my samples from earlier, okay? You all know I usually do a test sample early in the morning on Saturday to make sure everything works properly. So this is that test sample. And guess what? It dissolved. It dissolves completely, okay? And as we're exploring the results, you can also be processing and thinking through, like, what's inside of gummy bears? Why might it dissolve and completely break down inside of, like, in the presence of 12% hydrogen peroxide? Okay. And let's look at what happens to the gummy bear if it's in water. Do you see how it's kind of plumped up? So it absorbs the water. It takes the water in before it dissolves. Eventually it does dissolve if you leave it for like a week. Gee, wonder how I know that. Yes. I'm that kind of science teacher. I go that far, people. I go that far. And then this gummy bear here, salt. Okay, this is the salt. I hope you're not getting like too much light there. Sorry, let me do it that way. This sample is actually, and you notice how they're all kind of sticking because they're sugar based. So they've been in a liquid and now they're just sticking to my plate. This is the salt and water sample. So notice how this is the sample that shrinks, that starts to shrink. Eventually, if I were to leave this in there for 24 hours or more, again, I'm that kind of science teacher, so yes, I know what happens. I leave this sample in the salt, the high salt environment for a long time. It really shrinks and it turns into the itty bitty little gummy bear that I posted yesterday. And in the oil sample, nothing happens there. It literally is just oiled. No reaction. It doesn't dissolve. It doesn't do anything, like even after a week. And and then this is the air sample. Okay, so I had two red samples. One was the air and one was the peroxide, and as you know, that dissolves completely. And then the air sample, nothing, just air. Even after being left for a week. Now, being left for a month or so, you never know what would happen. that could be an investigation, right? All of these are possible investigations. All of these are different things that you can try at home. I highly recommend attempting this. Literally, it's some household liquids or substances. And notice all the substances I used were safe. They weren't anything toxic, okay? And yeah, some gummy bears. Now, certain candies are not really easy to get. FYI, I was going to do a Pop Rock little thing during this series, but Pop Rocks are hard to get on the ground. But just keep in mind, if you're interested, put that down in the comments and let me know, and I will source some Pop Rocks legally, of course, y'all. Come on now. I will source some Pop Rocks for you and do the activities that I was planning. And this I got from Party City. I didn't see it at any other place. There are like other brands, you know, of things similar to this, but these are the ones that like my mom liked. So I gravitate towards these. And these don't have, like, some gummy candies have like the sugar coating and all that type of stuff on them. I didn't want that. I wanted the traditional, the old school gummies. Okay, that's pretty much it, y'all. Have fun exploring at home. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time for Science with Ms. Steph.